Yo, what's good, guys? It's your boy Crooks209 back at you guys with another video, and today we are going to be going over how to calf kick like a pro. Since the new calf kick animation was introduced into UFC 4 a couple of patches ago, I've been seeing a lot of people, a lot of fighters in the community utilizing calf kicks in ranked as well as in league fights, and it's a beautiful sight to see. The calf kick animation is very viable, it's very usable. It's super fast. I'd like to see the animation get worked on a little bit for UFC 5, but for UFC 4, it was a perfect animation to add because now it makes leg kicks usable somewhat. The leg kicks before were a little slower, so you were able to get caught a lot easier, but this calf kick animation is really nice. So I wanted to make this video to give you guys some tips on how to utilize calf kicks in the ways that pros do. So with that being said, we're going to jump into the first tip that I have for you guys, and that is to know the fighter that you're going against, leg house stats and switch stance stats, as well as perks. So we're down here in bantamweight. A very heavy pick here in bantamweight is Petr Yan. He was the champion up until a couple weekends ago, but overall has heavy power in his hands, good punch speed, good kick speed, good kick power as well. But if you go into his health stats here, his leg health is an 89. It is not the best in the game. It's honestly, if you were to go against him, as I do, I try to chop at his legs. That's probably his Achilles heel if you're looking for one. But if you go over here to his stand-up stats and look at his switch stance, it's a 95, which kind of makes his leg health bearable, and it's very usable because if your lead leg does get chopped up, you're able to switch stance and your stats don't drop off dramatically like some fighters do. So we're going to show you a case of a big stat drop off, and that's Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo is known for having very good leg health and really good leg kicks. He has still checks, so if you try to kick him, it's going to damage your leg more. Your leg's going to drop a lot faster than it normally would if you're fighting against a normal fighter. We're going to go over here and check out his leg health. It's a 93. Pretty good leg health, if I'm being honest. But if you come over here to the stand-up stats and you look at his switch stance, it is an 80. So that means when he switches stances, his stats drop off dramatically. You're going to lose a lot of that punch speed. You're going to lose a lot of that punch power. Not too drastic, like not that it's going to drop to like 85 or anything like that, but it'll probably drop. The punch speed will probably drop to like a 92, and the punch power will probably drop to about a 90, which is pretty dramatic if you're going up against somebody like a Petr Yan or a TJ Dillashaw or anybody else. So you want to know each fighter's leg house stats as well as their switch stance stats. So the second tip I have for you guys is to learn to utilize calf kicks at the proper range. So we're going to go ahead and jump into practice mode here with Petr Yan and Jose Aldo. So utilizing calf kicks at the proper range is super important. I see some guys, they get caught calf kicking right here, right? That actually is a leg kick. That's not even a calf kick. Or they'll throw stepping in calf kicks from right here. Now the danger with this is if your opponent loads up a combination while you are throwing a kick like this, you are going to get caught in vulnerability frames. And against guys like the Yans of the world, the Cody Garbrandts, the Jorge Masvidals, the Conor McGregors, you are a Dustin Poirier, anybody that has high punch power, they're going to make you pay, and you're going to pay dearly. So you want to learn to throw these kicks at the proper range, not only to not get countered like that, not to get caught in vulnerability frames like that, but also to maximize the damage on the calf kick itself. You want to try to stand at this range right here to be able to hit the calf kick. So that way right after the calf kick you can block, or you really can't get hit with anything big right here. You can get, somebody could step in and hit you, but sometimes you'll get that little animation where their leg kind of dips off. So you want to learn to utilize calf kicks at a proper range. So the third tip that I have for you guys is to set up calf kicks to optimize damage. Now, what does that mean? What do I mean by that? You don't always want to set up or throw calf kicks like this right here just naked. And what I mean by naked is with no setup at all. You want to try to set up calf kicks by, you know, leading with your jab, leading with the hook, leading with the straight. Any strike that goes up top, it'll get your opponent to hold high block, and it'll get them less focused on their legs. So if you get your opponent to just hold high block, then the calf kick is open here, and you're able to better utilize this animation. So you want to learn the combinations with the hands and with the kicks going up to the top, so that way it'll help you optimize the usage of the calf kick down. The calf kick being more damage, doing more damage when you throw it at your opponent. So the fourth tip that I have for you guys is to use the calf kick to counter head movement and lunges. Now this is super important because we see a lot of this now happening in, I see a lot of this happening in ranked as well as in league fights. You know, people are double and triple slipping. You know, they'll go from here to here to here to here, and you really can't hit them to the head, and it's super frustrating. But the calf kick animation will help you out here. If your opponent is moving off like this right here, as you can see, it's going to be kind of hard, especially with the tracking being as wonky as it is, to really get a good head strike off. And you don't really want to go down to the body too much, because your opponent still has the ability, if they're not holding block, to counter you in terms of throwing an uppercut. Utilize the calf kicks. Calf kicks are very, very good to use against head movement. They're the perfect counter. So you definitely want to utilize calf kicks while your opponent is trying to move their head. Now this is something that I utilized. If you guys were able to watch my fight breakdown against Ed Parker, I utilized the calf kick against his head movement perfectly. It really chopped at his lead leg, and in the end, it made him switch to orthodox, where Conor once again has that low switch stance stat, and his power his power ended up dropping off, and I felt more comfortable fighting him in orthodox, and I was able to get the finish there. So definitely utilize the calf kicks against head movement, and they also work very, very well against major lunges. We're gonna set it up here. We're gonna get Petr Yan to major lunge. Oh no, now it's Aldo. All right, I guess we'll do it with Aldo. Get him the major lunge here. Look at that. It stopped, and sometimes if you're able to hit this at the right time, it will break your opponent's leg. It will. Sometimes it does. It's really kind of wonky how that works, but it does. It works very, very well against major lunges as well as minor side steps. It works very, very well. So definitely utilize this against any type of movement that your opponent is doing in terms of, you know, slipping off, or, you know, minor stepping or major lunging. So the fifth tip that I have for you guys, and this one is super important, is do not just try to go calf kick heavy without mixing it up. And this is super important because if you're able to counter your opponent's head movement, their lunges, you're able to just chop at their legs, they're going to start blocking it, and they're going to start trying to set up a way to counter you. So you want to mix this up with head kicks as well as your combinations with your hands. You do not want to become predictable with calf kicks, because you will get countered. And even though this has like a small vulnerability window, elite fighters will make you pay for throwing these up close or whiffing these. On my streams, if you watch my stream, a lot of the time I'm able to counter opponents off of calf kicks. So you definitely want to try to utilize these, but not overutilize them in your fights. So there you go, guys. Those are 5 tips on how to calf kick like a pro. Let me know in the comment section if you guys were able to utilize any of these tips in your game, if these tips helped you guys out. I love hearing, that my tips were able to be utilized by most of the players in the community. It really brings a smile to my face. So definitely drop a comment in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video and you're new, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I do make videos like this. I do tips and tricks videos, as well as fighter showcases, as well as fight breakdowns. So I have a lot more content coming up within the next week, so definitely don't want to miss out on that. So make sure to hit the subscribe button, as well as turn on your post notifications for the channel as well. But alright guys, until the next video, take it easy, enjoy the game, and I'll see you guys